Good afternoon, everybody. Insignificant Fallow here, and welcome to 2022's Father's Day special, which nearly hasn't happened. This year, the pickings have been rather slim in terms of tat and stupid things. Most of what they've been pumping out this year has been mugs, picture frames, and all sorts of stuff that I just don't want to review because it would be wasteful to stare at a picture frame and then immediately throw it in a bin. So, yeah, that's some of this stuff is from Home Bargains. Well, yeah, there's not too much of it this year because everyone seems to have run away from tat, which is discouraging for next year's Father's Day special. Maybe I'll have to go further afield, like B&M, who knows. But anyway, let's have a look at what few things I found and laugh at the quality of them or the lack thereof. We've got, as item number one, from Poundland, I think, these 4 handkerchiefs. Yeah, because everyone's father's snotty, apparently, according to this this thing. The reason I bought these mainly is because they look about as high quality as a J-cloth. So, you know, let's have them up. This time I have remembered this is like a smart boy. Like a chink. Yeah. Apart from, there's even more plastic. You know, just to help save the planet a little bit more. Yeah. And it's got a piece of paper in it, which is arguably the most supportive part, and that sellotape's still on. Get off. Why? Why is cheap crap sellotape from Nowheresville always clingy? Get off me, Christ. So yeah, it's not exactly what you'd call high quality, partly because you can still see the rest of the table and the wall through it. You can probably even still make out the texture on the bloody wallpaper. So yeah, I've never been a fan of these, especially after COVID. You'd think the notion of carrying a snotty rag around had probably all vanished now. Like, the last person I can ever remember using one was my grandfather, who was in his late 70s. So, you know, it's not a common thing amongst most fathers. Especially not ones of this shitter quality. You just get some Kleenex and get a multi-pack of Kleenex. Like 10 little things for about £1. Away with you. Anyway, next thing, it's something we all know and something we all knew was coming. It's a biscuit of some form. Number one, Dad. Yeah, this'll prove that he's the number one. It's just the lighting so we can see. And yeah, we've got a few numbers there to keep Dad bouncing off the ceiling. E500, E450, E32. 341 can't read. E170, E120 appears there again, and E150D. Okie dokie. And yeah, it mostly consists of sugar and saturates. The fun thing about these is that you have to have some sort of degree to get into them because it's in a bag, and then in a bag squared. Oh, hang on. Genius idea to prevent dusty mess on the table. I'll use this bit of plastic off the handkerchiefs. I'm a genius. My intelligence knows no bounds. Surrender. So yeah, it's a cookie. Something. It was supposed to look like a trophy, but at least they tried. Kind of wish they hadn't bothered trying, but oh well, what can you do? Ah, cheap cookie. Never change the fact that you just taste like dust and sugar. Like licking the floor at a fucking bakery. Ugh. It does come with a pretty bow though that you can give your dad, or the dog, if you want to watch him rag something for a few minutes. Just move everybody out of the way. Next item is something that I actually think is quite good and will in all chances be given to my actual father. It's this. It's a 6-in-1 hammer and screwdriver multi-tool from Home Bargains, I believe this was. It's, as it clearly says here, it's a hammer claw. It twists it open and it's got like a flathead, a Phillips head, and those others in it. Not bad. I think this was only like £3 or something. So, you know, there are much better multi-tools available on the market from actual DIY stores that can do 30,000 things. I only know that because there's one downstairs, a genuine one, that's about 40 years old. This one comes with a bit of string attached. Now, the hammer itself, the string's got back on it. How the heck get off? The hammer itself, let's just break my finger here. Yeah, that'll do that, probably easy. I suppose you could use it for attaching pictures to walls, unless they're a particularly sturdy wall. And then you twist this bottom bit off, at least I think you do. I'm breaking it. And then there's a little, I think that's a Phillips head. You can unscrew this, and it's a flathead, an actual decent sized flathead. And at the end of the day, you've still got a dainty hammer. Isn't it supposed to come into more than one thing then? Or am I making that wrong? Flathead, Phillips head hammer. I'm not missing something out, does it? Does it come apart again? Oh wait, it does. I'm an idiot. Yes, and there's a teeny tiny one in there. How dainty. This. Oh, hang on, it does come with. It's like a Russian nesting doll. Yeah. A bit of a faff to get to the tiniest tool, but that's not exactly. This would make a good thing to take on a camping trip, I'd think. Possibly. Maybe. Who knows? I'm not going to tell you what to do with it. But yeah, it's not bad. It's sort of one of them things you wouldn't mind having in like your emergency toolkit in the boot of your car. Could have some possible use. I mean, not everyone breaks down because they've got a flat tyre. The inner wall of your wheel arch might have come off and be rubbing against your wheel, so you need to unscrew it, you know. Or you might want to hammer your fender if you've had a crash and it's rubbing your tyre. Something like that. It's not bad, and I appreciate the colour and I appreciate the design. It also makes for an excellent murder weapon because you could carry it around easily, and it would be easy to dispose of because it's only that wide and would fit down most UK manholes. Fantastic. Next, please. Ah yes, something that can actually drag the video out now I think about it. So we might just hit that 10-minute marker, and then you have to watch an advert. We've got a box of dad jokes, and there's 100 in here. I'm not going to tell all 100, or we will die of boredom. Let's just get a few out. And let's just dispose of some more unnecessary packaging that we didn't need or ask for. Let's have a shuffle. Let's have a really bad shuffle. La 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 la. There we go, it's shuffled enough for my liking. How does a farmer keep track of his cattle? With a calculator. Where do bees go? Well, I can't read. Where do bees go if they want to use public transport? A bus stop. Yay. My nose. How do you make an octopus laugh? With 10 tickles. Where do hamburgers go to dance? The meatball. I'm here all night, folks. Let's do one more from the middle. Why was the dog called Rolex? Because he was a watchdog. What's the most musical bone? The trombone. Yeah. Let's just put them down. I now need to sneeze. Mid-video. Those jokes were that bad, they've given me the flu. Good to know. What else is in the bag of misery and mystery? We've got 2 more things left, Whippy. Let's do something else we can eat. We've got some balls. Now these are from Poundland. There's nothing really Father's Day about them. They were just with the other Father's Day stuff. So, you know, let's call it a day. And let's have a look at our ingredients very quickly whilst we're here. Go on, focus, I'll be your friend. Any day now. I'm starting to think this camera's not aging very well. God, it's bloody there. Oh, I'll just read. I'll just have a look myself. No, there's no E-numbers. Fan dabby dozy. So then, let's taste the football. These are all going to be milk chocolate, and you know how we measure milk chocolate here. It's either going to be so-so, alright, or advent calendar chocolate. If I can ever get the tin foil off it. Yeah, it's got no markings on the inside, it's just a printed sticker. Yep. That's advent calendar chocolate. Here on this channel I perpetuate the eternal mystery and fact that after Christmas, when all the advent calendars that haven't been sold have got nowhere to go, the chocolate is remelted down and used at Easter or Father's Day or for any other event that involves cheap crap chocolate, so that the company makes all its money. Oh, excuse me, Jesus. Every time I go to record something, my nose decides that it needs to make a litre of snot per second. Next, we've got a keyring bottle opener for all the alcoholic dads in the room, and pen. Pen and bottle opener. Doesn't say if it's ballpoint. Oh, it does. Adjustable ballpoint pen. Jolly good. Another pen for the weird drawer. But certainly, in Home Bargains, they actually had the golf club pens. The black, red and blue and green ones from a good couple of years ago. Now I was considering getting them because I actually can't find the other ones. I can only find one of them, and they actually are decent pens. They all last time I used them were still working. Because this desk obviously is an actual desk and has a drawer full of stationery. But yeah, the pen, it's a twisty one. I prefer twisty ones than clicky downy ones because then you don't just sit there clicking it for 4 hours and aggravate everybody. It's black ink, and it actually, if you can just make that scribble out, scribbles fairly well. It's just, yep, and it doesn't die immediately, the ink stays going. And the bottle opener. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any bottles in this house, so what we must do is compare it. I have this bottle opener here, and in the aforementioned drawer previous is a bottle opener I tend to use. It's this one from the ride I thought I was called Oblivion. It's a solid lump of metal with a magnet, so you can stick it to your fridge or to this radiator. Oh, right now, well, the magnet's a bit shit. So, we must test. Yeah, they're both about that thick, a similar shape. Although I do believe you'll probably get a better purchase on the Oblivion one because the hole's a bit smaller, and this bit here that you do wedge under the bottle lid is slightly more substantial than that. So, I firmly believe that the crap company in China from about 10 years ago that made this unmagnetised one did a better job than whoever made this. Although, to be fair, you couldn't put this on your keys because it's massive, but you can spin it round like that if you want to try and take out a recording lamp. So yeah, well, I'll be brutally honest, I wouldn't know why you'd want a bottle opener on your key rings unless you are a massive alcoholic. But we may never know, because I don't know everyone's father. I only know my own, and maybe like 3 others. So yeah, that's been a Father's Day video. There's not been too much tat to look at, because like I said, they've not really been making much. I think for the following ones I may have to go to further exotic places like Clinton's and the Card Factory, all those realms away, just to find some decent shit. Because Home Bargains had the same craft, so did Poundland, and Asda barely had anything. I went to Asda, it was mostly giant teddies and mugs, and like a mug would just go to waste completely, because it just get thrown in the recycling, and whilst recycling is a good thing, it's still a pointless waste of resources. So yeah, if you liked the video, do go ahead and like it below the video itself. You can also subscribe, you could dislike, you could make a horrible comment if you felt like it too, I can't stop you. You could also follow me on Instagram, or follow the actual Facebook page for this channel itself, if you're so inclined. But yes, have a good Father's Day for all the fathers who are for some reason watching this video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!